Good afternoon, dear students. How are you all? I hope you're all fine and safe at home. Okay, welcome back to the online session. Today, you're going to learn about human rights and UNO in Civis Unit 4. Before going to the introduction part, let me ask one question. Have you ever argued with anyone? Okay, how did you prove yourself to others? Yeah, okay. What helped you in that case? Yeah, is the human rights. Rights are very essential for us in order to lead a dignified life. Understand? And also, now in this lesson, you are going to learn about the human rights, which is very essential for our daily life. Human rights, it is related to individuals and society, and also it denotes all those rights that are inherent and ensure that we live as free people and exercise our choices. Okay, what is exactly human rights? Human rights are the rights inherent to all human beings, regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, and religion. And not only that, it also includes freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, and fair trial, the right to life, work, and education. You also should know where do human rights come from. It has come from the European and also American countries. It has a deep roots in European and American countries. So different documents, understand, and the birth of United Nation and UDHR, that is Universal Declaration of Human Rights. These are responsible for the human rights, setting up of the human rights. Understand? First one, written precursors of human rights document. That the first document is a Magna Carta of 1215. So it was started and it was framed by the England, and also it gave the people new rights and made the king subject to law. Understand? And not only that, the right of the church to be free from the government's interference. That is also the important thing happened because of my important topic, that is UDHR, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is an international document adopted by United Nations General Assembly, and according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, all human beings born free and equal in dignity and rights. And it is one of the greatest achievements of United Nations, the creation of human rights law. Understand? And the commission, the United Nations established a commission on human rights, and this commission was guided by Eleanor Roosevelt. She was a wife of former US President Franklin D. Roosevelt. And also, this UDHR is a milestone document in the history of United Rights, human rights. Understand? And the declaration was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly in Paris, France on 10th December 1948. And in the remembrance of every year, 10th December is observed as a Human Rights Day, and its regular observance commenced from 1950. And not only that, it is also known as Modern International Magna Carta of Human Rights. And it had been translated into more than 500 languages and 30 articles it tells about the human rights. Next, very important evidence that we get regarding the human rights was the Cyrus Letter in the year 539 BCE. And Cyrus was a great king of ancient Persia, And he freed the slaves and declared that all people had the right to choose their own religion and establish racial equality. And these decrees, other decrees were recorded on a baked clay cylinder in the Akkadian language. Which language? Akkadian language in cuneiform script. And not only that, it is also translated in all official six official languages of the United Nations. The values of the human rights are dignity, justice, and equality because of Magna Carta. And not only that, the people, the citizen, they can inherit the property. And the next one, the Petition of Rights, that is 1628, 7th June 1628. So it set out the rights of the people. And next one, next it is the Habeas Corpus Act of 1679. It gives a better security of freedom to the people. And next, the English Bill of Rights of 1689. It set out certain basic civil rights to the people. Next, it is the French Declaration on the Rights of Man and Citizen 1789. So, it is a document of France. So far, we have seen about the document of England. And now this document, the 1789 document, is a document of France stating that all citizens are equal before the law. Understand? And next one, the US Constitution and Bill of Rights 1791. It also safeguards the rights of the citizens. Next, through United Nations, we get the human rights, understand? And during the time of Second World War, human lives it lost its value, and the people were affected by the war, and they have to struggle till the end of their life. And atrocities during the Second World War made clear that a previous effort to protect individual rights from government violation were inadequate. And not only that, they need some changes, and also the people wanted to ensure that never again would anyone be unjustly denied life, freedom, food, shelter, and nationality. So these voices played a critical role in San Francisco meeting, in which the United Nations Charter was drafted in the year 1945. And at last, the United Nations organization, which was established on 24th October 1945, and this day is celebrated as UNOD. Now we shall discuss about the dignity, that is the right of life, the right of integrity, the prohibition of enforced labor, slavery, and degrading punishment. Justice, it is the right to fair trial, proportional punishment to crime, the right not to be tried more than once for the same crime. And the equality before law, no discrimination on race, religion, gender, age, ability, etc. The values of the human rights are dignity, justice, and equality. Dignity, that is the right of life, the right of integrity, the prohibition of enforced labor, slavery, and degrading punishment. Justice, it is the right to fair trial, proportional punishment to crime, the right not to be tried more than once for the same crime. And the equality before law, no discrimination on race, religion, gender, age, ability, etc. Different characteristics are there for the human beings, human rights, that is inherent, fundamental, inalienable, understand that as they cannot be taken away from the individual and indivisible, universal, interdependent in the sense they are interdependent because the fulfillment of one human right cannot be had without the realization of the other. Now we shall discuss about the kinds of human rights. There are different kinds of human rights out there. There is civil rights, political rights, social rights, economic rights, and also cultural rights. The first type of right is the civil rights. So this is a basic rights that was granted to the citizens by the government. And this is a right to be treated as an equal to anyone else. It also includes the right to life, liberty, freedom from slavery, and arbitrary arrest. Political rights are exercised in the formation and administration of a government, and it protects the individual from the misuse of political power and recognize every individual's rights to participate in the country's political process. It includes freedom of expression and peaceful assembly, the right to take part in one's country, and the right to vote, the freedom of speech and obtain information. Next, social and economic rights. In social rights, it is necessary for an individual to fully participate in the society. It includes the right to education, healthcare, food, clothing, shelter, and social security. Next, the economic right. It has the right to participate in an economy that benefits all and to desirable work. And it includes the right to employment and fair wage, the reasonable limitation of working hours, shelter, education, and adequate standard of living, the right to property. And the last right is a cultural right, that is the right to freedom of all religion and to speak the language and to practice the cultural life of the community, the right to share in scientific advancement, and right to the protection of moral and material interest. Next, very important topic, that is Human Rights Commission. One of the organs of the UNO is Economic and Social Council, and it set up a commission for the promotion of human rights in national level and also in state level. The National Human Rights Commission, that is NHRC, was established on 12th October 1993. Its headquarters is located in New Delhi, and it is a multi-member body which consists of a chairperson and also other members. They were appointed by the president, and they are appointed for the 5 years or till the age of 70 years. And there are 5 divisions in this: law division, investigation division, policy research and program division, training division, and administrative division. And next to the National Human Rights Commission is the State Human Rights Commission, and it was set up in Tamil Nadu. It was formed on 17th April 1997 and it functions in the state level. It consists of 3 members including a chairperson, and it can inquire into violation of human rights related to subjects covered under state list and concurrent list. So in this lesson we have learnt about the human rights, what is the importance of human rights, and where do human rights come from, and different values of human rights, characteristic and kinds, and not only that, about the Human Rights Commission, that is 2 level, national level and also the in state level. I hope, my dear children, you have understood this lesson. If you have any doubt, you can call me in my number. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, students. Today we are going to
learn the online session, social, unit 4 in civics, topic human rights and UNO. Already in the last class we learned about the introduction, what are human rights, where do human rights come from, and their characteristics and kinds of human rights. Today we are going to learn the topics such as human rights organization, child rights, Right to Education Act, the Child Labor Act, POSCO Act, and conclusion. Let's learn the topic one by one. First one, human rights organization. There are many organizations which have framed their principles for human rights, namely Amnesty International, Children's Defense Fund, Human Rights, etc. Next topic, child rights. In 1989, according to Article 1, they declared the child who under the 18 years or all comes under the child category. Who all comes under the child category? The child who under the 18 years or all comes under the child category. Because under 18 years they won't have that much maturity. The United Nations Convention introduced certain rights for children on 28th November 1989. First one, Right to Education Act. Every child should get free and compulsory education from age 6 to 14 years under Article 21A. What is the Right to Education Act? Every child should get free and compulsory education from age 6 to 14 years under Article 21A. The Child Labor Act, Prohibition Regulation Act 1986. No child should be indulged in any works until they completed 15 years of age. Next one, the Juvenile Justice Act 2000. Care and protection of children. Those children who are not getting care and approach should be adopted. Next one, POSCO Act 2012. The full form of POSCO is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences. This act was introduced to children from avoiding in sexual abuses. There was an free emergency child line number, that is 1098. What is the free emergency child line number? 1098. If any child was affected through early child marriage or employed under the age of 14, means you can call and give the information to this number. Next one, women's rights. In 1979, UN General passed the rights for women. In 1995, the conference was held in Beijing, and that is the 4th Women Conference for the development of women. Uniform full form is United Nations Development Fund for Women, also implemented in this conference. In which conference?
in the Fourth Women Conference, which was held in Beijing in 1995. Conclusion of this lesson. So, every human should be treated with dignity and respect. It shows the way for peace, harmony, security, and freedom in our society. Thank you, students.